if you guys thought that Chaos Origin and Beyond the Brave were already crazy enough, you haven't seen anything yet. Because Konami has just announced another core set for the end of 2026 and the beginning of the 2027 format that, in my opinion, could very may well alter the game's meta state forever. Introducing Immortal Phoenix. This set in the OCG will be released on Halloween later this year in 2026, which means excuse me. Sorry about that, guys. Which means that for us in the TCG, we won't be expecting this set to get released until potentially mid-November, which means that this will be the final core set of 2026, which will essentially be the format for 2027. Now, obviously, we know that that Chaos Origin has already given us a lot of crazy shit, including some new Chaos support for the one and only Yu-Gi-Oh for his Dark Magician deck. Obviously, we know that deck is going to completely decimate the meta for years to come. And we know that because, if I can try and pull this deck box out, that's what she said. My Dark Magician deck is already starting to look absolutely insane. Obviously, yes, I am still missing quite a few cards, but to show you guys what I have, this is what I have so far for my Dark Magician deck. So it's essentially a Dark Magician Diabell Star deck / Azamina, where it not only features not only does it feature Diabell Star, the Black Witch, and the spells for it, but it also has cards like Magician Souls, Dark Magician, Magician of Black Chaos Max, which is a crazy card, Illusion of Chaos, Magician's Rod, Ash Blossom, which typically some people prefer to run 3. I tested out 3 on Master Duel. It's not that good, so I decided to just cut it down to 2. Obviously, the dark magical circles, Soul Servant, Magician Salvation, Pre-My Drill Beam, Pre-My Fusion, Imperm, and of course Eternal Soul in the main deck. The action deck is actually kind of low key. The action deck is absolutely busted. I mean, it's practically done at this point. I mean, we've got Azamina Mu Risilago, Azamina Illa Silva, which is a crazy card, Pre-My Dragon Neither, Berzelius, Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, Master of Chaos, Red Eyes Flare, Metal Dragon, which some people don't really run that card anymore, but it is a good disruption, which is pretty cool. Sky Crisis, which is absolutely insane. IP Masquerena, SP Little Knight, which I never thought I would ever get my hands on, but here we are. Excuse me. Miyasama Necromancer, Celine, and of course Axis the Code Talker. The deck is absolutely busted. Like, it's super crazy. And I have a feeling that with these new Chaos cards, who knows? I mean, maybe Dark Magician could very may well be the new meta, which is very possible. But again, we have yet to get them released in the TCG, which I believe we won't be expecting that set to get released for us in the TCG for another, I want to say for another few weeks, I believe. I don't remember. But going back to to Immortal Phoenix, this again, much like Chaos Origin and much like Beyond the Brave, this might just be one of the most meta defined sets of the format, because right now the format for modern Yu-Gi-Oh is absolutely it's pretty stacked, but it's pretty bad as well, at least in the eyes of some people anyway. Right now it's Clown Crew Mitsurugi, which one of my friends, Angel, he's playing that deck. Shout outs to him from my group chat. Shout outs to him. I know that my friend Mike, also in the chat, he also plays Dark Magician as well. Shout outs to him. So it's essentially Clown Crew Mitsurugi. It's pretty much anything and everything Mitsurugi. Yummy Mitsurugi, Radiant Typhoon, Runic Mitsurugi, Clown Crew Mitsurugi. Raziel hasn't been seen all that much anymore since not this ban list, but the previous ban list before, where they hit quite a few cards actually from that deck. So it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Have I considered getting back into Modern? I have, but honestly, it really doesn't matter when I start playing Modern competitively again. It really doesn't matter, because either way, the format is just gonna be it's just gonna be too depressing. That's why for me, I would rather, if I were to go to a YCS or to Nationals or whatever, I'm always playing the old school formats, you know, like Go format, Edison format, redo format, half format. Like if I'm playing Go format, 100%, it's always going to be it's going to be Warrior, it's going to be Chaos Warrior Control. That's my deck. That's my go-to. Edison, you guys know me. It's always Black Wings. It's either that or do I'm thinking about building oh my god, what's the one? Six Samurai Macro, which I want to, but I don't think I have all the components for it. So unfortunately, building that is going to be out of the question for the moment. If I'm playing redo format, I'm 100% going to be playing either Dino Rabbit, Wind Up, or Spellbook, one or the other. And if it's half format, Mythic Ruler all day, because dragons are dragons and I love dragons. Anyway, moving on. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong, right? Like a lot of the newer cards that we've seen are absolutely busted. Like think about this, right? In terms of cards that have gone up in price, Wanted Seeker of Sinful Spoils, which I have 3 copies, all of which I picked up from my homies over at Bear Cave CCG. Shoutouts to them. I think I picked these up trade wise. I think I picked them up for only like $10 or something like that each. So it's not too bad. I believe they've gone down in price, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong. I actually do want to check. Let's see. Yeah, literally from Age of Overlord, right? Yeah, they literally went down in price big time. They drastically went down from like $12 down to less than $6. Like literally, it's like they're like $5 a card, which is absolutely insane, horrendously crazy. Even also, like if you think about it, if you really think about it, a lot of the newer sets that we've seen that we've had in the last couple years, like obvious, like Age of Overlord, Phantom Revenge, they've all gone. A lot of those cards have gone down in price because they've been reprinted a lot, and so I have no doubt in my mind that the cards in Chaos Origin and in Beyond the Brave are definitely going to get reprinted a lot. But I believe that Immortal Phoenix is going to have a massive impact on the meta because of the fact that no matter what the main archetype is going, no matter what the main archetype is going to be in that set, that's going to be the set that everybody's going to want to get their hands on. So when I think of the term Immortal Phoenix, typically I would think of new support for the Winged Dragon of Ra, because of the fact that we haven't gotten any new support for Ra since Legendary Duelist Immortal Destiny, where that set introduced us to a bunch of new support for Merrick and the Winged Dragon of Ra. Obviously with cards like Guardian Slime, Reactor Slime, what else? It's just a bunch of back row for Raw, like Ancient Chant, Sun God Unification. So I could totally see Raw getting a bunch of new support. Phoenix Gearfried, that archetype, which I believe was a Joey card, I believe that archetype could potentially get some new support. I mean, those are like the only two archetypes that I could vision getting new support. And then just like as far as like the set in general goes, honestly, I would love, excuse me, to see. I would love to see a lot more new support for Battling Boxer, maybe some new Fire Fist support as well. Because the last time we got Fire Fist support, I think it was Fist of the Gadgets, and that was like almost like 5, 6, 7, maybe I want to say almost like 8 years ago, or something like that. So somewhere around there, and that set absolutely sucked. Like there was no getting out of that set. I mean, sure, yeah, it gave us new support for Summon Skull and shit, but that set was just horrible. It was a horrible set. And I think if we did get new Fire Fist support, they could definitely make that deck even more busted than it was back in the day when the Fire Fist archetype was actually an actual deck that didn't really rely so much on other archetypes to get to be a competitive deck, which in my opinion, which to be fair, that's the whole idea of modern Yu-Gi-Oh today, is exactly that, right? Like a lot of the archetypes that are in the format, they've been implemented in other archetypes to make the deck better. Like obviously, when I think of the Pre-Might archetype, I think of Blue Eyes, Red Eyes, Dark Magician. What else? Neos as well. I think Neos could be a viable strategy. Excuse me, but it's more so Blue Eyes and Dark Magician that has gotten the most amount of support because of the fact that Red Eyes has become more of a sleeper archetype, and a lot of people really don't like Red Eyes for some reason. So I could potentially see Fire Fist getting support. There's a lot. There are a lot of archetypes that we could see get that support. But because that we're still talking about Beyond the Brave and the new cards that are in that set, it's gonna be a while before we get to Immortal Phoenix, and I could totally see Konami introducing us to new support for those archetypes. You know, potentially new raw support, maybe some new gear freed. Excuse me, some new gear free support, maybe even some new support for Salmon Grade. Which, I mean, to be fair, that archetype really did pretty well for a moment, but after a while, the deck just kind of died down, mainly because of the fact that over time, some of the cards that were in the deck got hit on the ban list, and so the deck just wasn't that good anymore. But we will have to wait and see. Obviously, we are still months away from the set's OCG release, so potentially sometime either next month or in the month of August, we are going to be seeing the new cards take shape, and we'll have an idea of what format we could expect in 2027. Because right now, once Chaos Origin gets released later this year, I can 100% guarantee that Dark Magician, with the new Chaos support, is going to completely overtake the meta like it's nothing. Which is possible, but we will have to wait and see. But I do want to get your guys' opinion on the new core set, Immortal Phoenix. Let me know down in the comments below your thoughts on this new core set, and what archetypes would you guys like to see get new support in this set. Let me know down in the comments below, and that'll do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more Yu-Gi-Oh topic videos in the future, then be sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. All of my ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.